So my background, I usually am in a storage closet, but it's actually on the other side. But I wanted to film on this side because it looks cuter, but I'll be having to sit on my table. Hello friends! So welcome to Hoodie Talk, where I'm in a hoodie and we're going to talk about stuff. So for today's topic, we're going to talk about NCT 127 at Jimmy Kimmel. But let me bust out my vroom mic because I gotta put this to good use. I spent $13 on this for the NCT concert. So anyways, but I'll use this for later. Okay, so I know there's a Monster X at Jimmy Kimmel Live very soon, and I only knew about this because of the Facebook concert group where people like sell tickets and all that. So they were talking about Monster X at Jimmy Kimmel Live. So I posted to saying that if they have any questions they could DM me, and then I'll just tell them my whole experience with NCT and how that could probably maybe correlate with their future Monster X experience. So I looked through the messages and collected like the more like main questions that they asked me, and I put them all on my iPad here. So we're gonna go through the questions one by one, and then I'll answer them, and then I'll also include more experience or more stories. Whoa, what's with this hand? More details about my experience, just like throughout the questions. Yeah, so pretty much just like I'm trying to go chronologically so it'll be easier to like follow up, and then yeah. First question. So this question is regarding about waitlist and if you could get in even though you're on waitlist on the day of. I'm not really sure. I had a mutual who was still actually looking to like get in on the day of. I saw her post on Twitter and stuff like that, and in the end I did actually see her in there recording, and I was just wondering how she got in. I never really asked her about it, so I was guessing maybe like they maybe let more people in towards the end, or if she got like vouched in by somewhere, she knew someone who could let her in. But that's pretty much all I have to answer to that question. Sorry if I don't have much for that. Second question, how I got there and parking. Well, only one person asked, but I just wanted to include it in here anyways. Okay, so how I got there was through Uber. So Leslie lives somewhere in like LA County, so we weren't too far away from Hollywood. So we took an Uber, I think rideshare is what it's called, or you like carpool with like different people, and then like they drop those people off at different destinations. So that's how we got to the venue. We got it like for like $3 because I just downloaded the Uber app, so we had a discount. And then we also did the ride sharing thing, which saved us more money, so it's only about like $3 I think. Parking. So well, for LA, you know, you gotta pay for parking all the time. So I think there is a parking structure right next to the venue. So this is like the venue, and then there's like a parking structure, and I think there's like a valet parking like over there. I'm not sure if it's valid or like public, but I know people park there. But if there's probably no like parking spaces in those areas, then there's also like the neighborhoods close by where you can park, but I'm not sure how that would work. You would probably walk further, but that's pretty much it. Third question, what time did I get there? Okay, so Leslie and I were actually planning to get there around 3 a.m. No, not 3 a.m. 4 a.m. actually. And then we slept around 1 because we were busy doing homework, and I was busy making my big poster that I couldn't even bring in. But we woke up around 3, got ready, stuff like that, rode there. It's about 45 minutes or so. So we got there around like 5:30, 6, between those time ranges. And there's already around, just like estimating, like around 20 to 30 people there. The day before actually, we rode by the venue trying to find it, make sure we knew where it was, and we saw there's like around 10-15 people, but then of course the numbers grew as people camped overnight. But then more people started coming in around check-in time because people save spots for their friends. So we ended up being behind more people, so that was kind of unfair. And which goes into the next question. Did they honor priority? Okay, so priority. I think priority, well, obviously you get priority to go in first or like be in line first, but I don't think they really honored that well. Like, I think we had priority, but I'm not really sure. But I still saw people like cutting in when there's like staff like across the street, like in front of the line. Like, they didn't even care about these girls like cutting in front of us. So I don't really think they like honored priority that much, which kind of sucks for people. There's one girl who I talked to when she messaged me asking about this question, because she knew that for BTS they didn't honor priority. So NCT, they didn't really do that, so I'm pretty sure they won't do that for like Monsta X and possibly future K-pop groups coming to Jimmy Kimmel Live. So yeah, on to the next question. Strictly checking IDs. Did they do that? So for this, I don't think they like strictly checked IDs. They just looked at the ID name and then looked at the papers, saw if it matched or not. I don't really think they like looked at you like really closely, making sure like every detail matches the picture. So like if you have a friend who wants to go but you can't go, then maybe you can pass off that ID or something, but I'm not really sure about that since I didn't do that and I don't know anyone who did that, so I can't really guarantee a correct answer for this question. So yeah. Policies of posters. Okay, so for policy of posters, I'm not sure if they had like exact measurements, because you know like some venues they have like exact measurements, but me being the idiot I am and not thinking straight at like 12 a.m. in the morning while making this poster, I bought a huge poster. It was like, you know those like big white ones, oh my iPad, those big white ones you get from like Walmart that are like this size, like, yeah. So I had one that big, and I don't know, I just painted whatever I wanted to say, and while I was in line, some staff actually took a picture. I think they were staff. They said they were staff, but I never found the picture online anywhere. So I was like, interesting. But anyways, they came by, took a picture, but then later another lady came and she's like, oh, that's too big, you can't bring it in. So I ended up ripping part of my poster, and I think I have a photo of like the little part. I still have it somewhere. I'll insert the photo somewhere here or here, somewhere on the screen. But yeah, so of course no big posters, but you know how like when you go to concerts, like K-pop concerts, if you ever been to one, they usually hand out like those slogans. So usually like the size of those slogans would work. I think I have an example. Let me see if I can find one. I found them. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot to close the door. I found the slogans. They're in a different room. So I guess like a slogan around this size would be pretty good. I found the part that I ripped out. So here it is. It says, love you, Jaehyun. So let's just use my face as a measurement. So it's like around this big, this wide, you know. So this is the part that I ripped off and held up. So this is, I guess this was an allowable size, for lack of a better term. So there's that. Okay, next question. Did I have a nice view / how close I was? I guess I would say I did have a pretty good view. I was around like 4th-ish, 5th-ish row. So I was able to clearly see them. But like I'm short, everyone around me was like big, this big, this big. And they're like pushing, so like it was kind of hard to see. I was on my tippy toes. I didn't have like, what are those called? Pumps or boots or anything that made me taller, so I had a hard time seeing, but I used my phone to like record, and you can like clearly see them. So I'll probably link the video that I took of regular down in the description, so you can check that out and see how that view was. I will also insert a picture somewhere on this screen, just like a screenshot of the video. Okay, so yeah, those were pretty much all the questions that I got from everyone that asked me about it. Funny story. Okay, so there are fan sites there, and then oh my god, I don't even know if I have like the video of it. Oh my gosh, damn it, I deleted Snapchat. Well, I'll just have to find it and crop it and put it in this new video. Anyways, so there's these fan sites that were there actually, and they're trying to get pictures over the fence. So there's like, I guess like the stage area, and then there's like a fence around it, right? Like a pretty tall fence, like, I don't know, 3 of me, I'm like 5'1" or so. But yeah, so it's pretty tall. And there's these fan sites. She was standing on, there's this one fan site. She was standing on her car with their camera, trying to like take pictures over the fence because they were doing sound check. And she was just trying to take pictures. And then I think staff came by and told her like, oh no, you can't do that. And then she like busts out a ladder out of nowhere from her tiny car. Like she had like the really small, like it's like a Prius size, I guess. She took out a ladder, she put it right next to the fence, and she just stood there and took pictures anyways. It was funny because like staff came by again and they confiscated her ladder and they put her across the street. And then there's like across the street there's also like a high school, and there's like a fence, and this guy like he had like this great idea to like climb onto the fence. It was already like hard getting up on the fence. There's not like specific like steps to like climb on. Well, of course, because it's a fence, you're not supposed to climb a fence unless you really got to, and I guess he really got to. So it was like, yeah, he climbed up first with a few of his friends, and then more people started getting the idea, like I'm guessing because they couldn't go in, they didn't have tickets, they're on wait list, so they start climbing up. And then, but the fence is like curved like this, right? Like a candy cane, I guess, but it was like this, but like curved like downwards. Anyways, it's pretty high already, it's curved, like it's pretty thin too, so like you gotta be careful when you're walking, because they're walking, because like the end of the fence is like a little far to the left, but if you want to see like the stage, you gotta walk to like the middle of it, you know? So they walked, and then they just sat down there, and this girl almost slipped. I was so scared for her. And then so many people started joining in. Staff didn't really do anything that much about it. The ladder's still there, not being used. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. Let me see if I can find the video, and if I can, I'll insert it here. That's all I had to say. Okay, well, that's all I had to say about this. I guess I would rate my experience with that as a 6 out of 10. I was so dead tired. I was sitting on the dirty floors in Hollywood. You know how dirty those places can get. There's like a rat like crawling around. It was gross. I was super tired. I had like 3 hours of sleep. We didn't have that much food. It was kind of hot and it was kind of cold. And then like when we got in, I got pushed around a lot. I couldn't really see that much because I'm short. So yeah, that's why I would rate my experience like 6 out of 10. So if you're sure, make sure to wear some pumps or heels or whatever to make you taller. There's just a lot of people pushing. It wasn't that nice of a first GA experience or ground area experience. So yeah. So more will be coming out if I have anything to ever talk about. Bye!